I've had a chance to test the Kona Libre AL 2022 for a while, and I thought I would share my opinions here, as preliminary as they are. Usually, I would like to spend more time with a bike and even take it on a longer tour before reviewing it. So take this as a first look rather than an in-depth review. The Libre AL is the base Libre model with an aluminium frame rather than a carbon one, but it does retain the carbon fork. It has a SRAM Apex 1x11 drivetrain that works well, shifts cleanly, and is reliable. The standard gearing is fine for general gravel riding, but if I were to consider taking the bike on a long tour or a bikepacking trip, I would definitely change to a smaller front chainring. On long days with a loaded bike, the lowest gear is just too high, at least for me. The brakes are Spire cable-operated hydraulic brakes, a combination that I like as it combines the simplicity and ease of repair of cable brakes with the power and modulation of hydraulic brakes. Now, they're not quite as good as pure hydraulic brakes, but easily good enough for its intended purpose. The aluminium frame has plenty of mounting points for water bottles, a top frame bag, and a rear rack. The carbon fork has several mounting points as well, and you could easily mount a couple of water bottles to it if you wanted to. It comes with 45mm Maxxis Rambler tyres, nice and wide for a gravel bike, but not as wide as I would normally prefer. The ride is quite comfortable, and the frame has a high front stack height, making it easy to achieve a comfortable position for all-day riding. So how does it all come together and work? Well, comparing it to the Riverside 920 touring I rode on my last longer trip, I can say that it feels lighter and quicker than the 920, while still being quite stable and comfortable. A general feeling I get is that 920 is probably stronger and can carry a larger load, but it is also therefore heavier. The Kona Libre AL is lighter and sportier while still being comfortable. Is it a bike I would take on a trip? Certainly, but maybe not a round-the-world expedition. It's more suited to trips with lighter loads like weekend bikepacking trips and any tour where you manage to keep the pack weight down a bit. Tyre clearance is not as large as I would prefer, but it is definitely a bike I would consider keeping around for general commuting, overnight bikepacking, and long gravel rides. Basically, anything but the roughest single track or heavily loaded expedition touring. All in all, a nice, comfortable bike with lots of mounting options for both racks and bikepacking bags, and capable of handling everything but the roughest of tracks. Basically, everything a good all-round gravel bike should be.